All right, Coach, I want to go back to the weekend. You can't win them all. You take 2 of 3 at Georgia Southern. How do you wrap up that series?
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough to go on the road, especially your first time on the road. So we go on a 4-game road trip, going to North Florida, then to Georgia Southern, really getting out of our comfort zone, out of our own beds, our own routines, the confines of John Muliano Park, a lot of new players. So being on the road for the first time and just kind of getting that feel. I thought we did a really good job. I mean, Georgia Southern is actually a really difficult place to play. They do a really good job of their fans. Their student section sits right behind our dugout, and they were just wearing our guys out the entire game, which I love. I mean, that's the part of the experience, and those are the things that our kids are going to talk about for the rest of their lives. I remember we went to Georgia Southern, and those fans were all over us, and some of the funny things that they said, and all those kind of things. So, but also it's difficult to play. I mean, you've got to be able to tune that stuff out and be able to focus, and so it's a good challenge against a really good team, and so I was happy with the way we played. Obviously, you want to win them all, and you feel like we obviously had a chance to win and sweep them, but if you had told me beginning of the week, hey, you're going to take 3 out of 4 this week on the road, I'd take it every time. So just proud of the kids. I thought we did. Again, we pitched extremely well. We played great defense. I mean, obviously Friday night, Litchfield, we got a ton of ground balls, and we played perfect defense. And again, that allowed us to put us in a position that we didn't give up any extra runs to win the game. And so, but I was really proud. The whole team, we did a lot of good things, and especially on the road, makes it harder. And it was good. It's good to see.
Talk about the starting pitching. This is now back-to-back weekends. You've gotten quality starts out of your top 3.
Yeah, and they've been awesome. Obviously, Friday night you got to set the tone, and David has done that every single week. Again, have an older guy, a super senior that has been, even though he hasn't started, he's been in these moments. He understands, just the process, understands how to prepare, and he also understands the magnitude of how important Fridays are. And but he has the temperament to be able to do it. So to him to go out there and just continue to give us 2 great outings and really set the tone for the week. And then again, then you feel like Connor and Hunter have to match. I mean, they feel like it's that internal competition of, hey, like David goes out and does that, like I want to go do the same thing. I want everybody to know that we got 3 Friday night guys, and so and Connor had to battle through the stomach bug and whatnot, so he didn't pitch especially great with his command on Saturday. But again, for him to go out and manage that, manage that he didn't have his best stuff, and to still be able to throw 4 good innings and no hits, and again, the bullpen really did a tremendous job. And then Hunter was just the best I've ever seen him on Sunday, and it was just really awesome. I mean, he just went out there, attacked the zone, threw a ton of strikes, and had elite stuff. And for him to give us that on a series, a chance to win the series. I mean, to go out there and be tied and need that start out of him. And obviously, offensively, we struggled early and then broke it open late, but we don't win that game if Hunter doesn't pitch the way he does. And so just those 3 guys have been great, and we need them to be great.
Tuesday, you get the 5-3 win over Stetson. 6 guys pitch, 14 Ks, but 8 walks. Yeah. How do you evaluate what you saw from your 6?
Yeah, I mean, it was the worst game we've pitched so far, and as crazy is that it was just more not throwing strikes. We just lead off guys getting on, and they score their first 2 runs without getting a hit. Lead off walk, lead off hit by pitch. They end up getting over and scoring on sac fly and a ground ball. So again, we got to be able to not give away free bases. We had done such a great job. Our whip was so low, and we just got away from that a little bit. Which again, some of it is some of those guys pitching in the first time in meaningful games, and Rudy Gomez's first appearance coming off of ACL surgery, his first inning, you could tell that his first Division I appearance. You could tell the nerves were there a little bit. His second inning was 10 times better. Again, Kyle Kramer's still getting kind of in the field for things. Even the young guys, Cy Cox, I mean, those guys are pitching in meaningful games now, and so you're going to have some of that. So again, it's good to get them in those close games, get them understanding what that pressure is like, what they need to do in order to handle it. But then I'm also proud that we found a way, as poorly as I thought that we pitched, we were able to execute when we needed to. We got out of some big jams. So we really needed them to execute the pitches. They did. So that's great. I mean, again, if that's going to be the worst that we're going to go out there, then we got a chance to win a lot of ball games. So I'm just proud of how we competed and found a way to win the game.
Following Tuesday's win, you were frustrated with the quality of the at-bats.
Yeah.
What are you seeing from your team, and how do you correct it, especially with a weekend series against Ole Miss? You're going to need some runs.
Yeah. I just think we're trying to do too much. We get into these situations where we have opportunities to score runs and to put some big numbers up. And instead of just trying to put good swings on it and try to hit barrels and try to get the next guy up, which is a big thing that we talk about, I think guys have been trying to do too much, trying to hit the 3-run homer or clear the bases when the base is loaded and just swinging out of the zone and then just getting underneath balls and lifting balls. And we're just hitting towering pop flies inside the infield instead of being able to hit line drives and drive balls to the outfield. And so it's stuff that we just got to practice. We talked a lot about visualization. We'll be big on the mental game. So we talked to them last night about spending the next 48, 72 hours really mentally going through, rehearsing some of these things, and then obviously in practice the next 2 days, like we're going to put a lot of pressure on them, but really stress just trying to relax, handle the pressure, and then put good swings on it, and trust your ability and trust the guy behind you, and not try to win the game on your own. Just try to put together good at bats. Make sure we swing at our pitches. We have an approach against every single pitcher. Stay within that approach. Don't try to do things that are out of what we're capable of or out of what we need. And we just need you to go out there and put good swings on it and find the barrel. And if you do that, then we're going to end up scoring the runs. And so I think we just get a little bit too big in those situations and maybe make them a little bit too more pressure than what they are. But we'll spend the next 48 hours working on it. But we're going to need it. I mean, it's going to be difficult to score runs against Ole Miss. And when we get opportunities, we got to be able to take advantage of them.
Of what you know about Ole Miss, you just said it, runs are going to be at a premium. This is a number 2 ranked team. What are you expecting from them? They're going to play clean baseball.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're ranked as high as they are for a reason. They got almost their entire offense back from last year, who was one of the top, 10 offenses in the country. They are scoring runs left and right. They've got a ton of power potential. They got a ton of left-handers in the lineup. They can mix and match and move guys around and bring guys in that'll still hit home runs. You know what I mean? So they're going to drive the ball all over the park. They're going to put a lot of pressure on you. They're athletic. And then on the mound, I mean, they've got, the Diamond Kid has been in the rotation and been really good. They got the transfer from Corpus Christi that has been a huge addition to their starting rotation, lefty with supreme pitchability. So it's going to be hard to score runs, and they're going to put pressure on our offense and our defense. And so we're not going to sneak up on them. Obviously, what we did last year at their place, we're not walking in there and them not knowing who we are, what we're about, or what we can do. So we're not sneaking up on them. They know they're probably coming back wanting to beat us and pay back for what we did to them last year. So they're going to bring their A game. And I know, and I believe in our guys. I know that we can go toe to toe with them. But we got to play our brand of baseball. We got to stay within ourselves. And when we get those opportunities to score runs, we got to take advantage of them. But I'm excited. This is a great litmus test to see where we're at. You're playing against one of the best teams in the country, a team that's going to be in a regional and probably a super regional. And we get to judge ourselves. Where are we at when you compare yourself to one of the top 5 teams in the country? And then we can use this weekend as a springboard to what we need to get better at as we go forward and get into conference. But also in terms of what we want to be at the end of the year, this is going to be a good test to see how we match up against them and what we need to be better at. It's going to be a big challenge. I know they're going to come ready to go, but I trust our guys will be the same.
I want to treat every game the same, but is there a little chatter in the locker room that they know Ole Miss is coming to town? There's a little bit of a higher profile. You know it's going to be a great turnout all weekend for the series.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's always like that. As much as you try to fight it, I think that they understand that I think not the fact that it's Ole Miss, but just the fact that it's a top 5 team in the country coming in here, and again, wanting to prove to everybody what we believe in our locker room about how good we are, and it's again a great opportunity for us to, from a national standpoint, people are going to be watching just because of there's a top 5 team playing, so it'll be a good challenge and definitely a more excitement, and good. I hope the excitement carries over into the stands. We need Night Nation out there big time. We need a huge crowd to be, that 11th or 10th man, whatever, and be there to help us and bring that energy. When we go there, it's a rowdy crowd. I want to make sure that we kind of give it back to them now that they're here.
NCAA denied the waiver on John Rice Plumlee. Talk about that a little bit. How can he continue to interact with your team?
Yeah, I mean, he's such a good kid and a positive, just vibe that he brings. So, I mean, he fact he doesn't play baseball year round. I mean, this is a time where he's going to need to really just try to hone his skills and get prepared for next year. But at the same time, he's also got to get prepared to try to win the quarterback job. So, we'll have to balance it out. But he'll be here as much as he can, and I mean, he'll be here every day, every game. And he in the dugout, just the energy he brought last night. I mean, it's a breath of fresh air just to see how much. And again, a short amount of time, he just loves being around his teammates, loves being at the field, and he just needs to continue to work. We're going to work like crazy to try to get him better. Really try to work on his swing, and obviously, football will do things that are going to help with the things that speed and stuff like that, and the weight room that we don't have to worry about. So we can really just utilize the time that he's here to just focus on his baseball skills and try to get him as good as he possibly can before he goes back to football season, and then hopefully he's in a better position next January to come back out and win a job.
You mentioned it earlier, you're expecting a big time atmosphere this weekend, and you're going to need that support.
Yeah, I mean, I think baseball crowds play a huge part in this game. It puts pressure on the other team. It makes it uncomfortable. And I think our kids deserve to have a monster crowd. I think that we've worked really, really hard. Our guys have put a lot of sacrifices and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and is obviously off to a good start. But this is a big weekend. And I think it's a big weekend for our program just to be able to showcase. And again, the new scoreboard and the new sound system and all those things are really starting to come together. And I think we need all the help that we can get. And I think that the fans have a huge opportunity to play a role in this weekend series. And I think, the excitement, the family atmosphere, the entertainment, all of that has been up to notch. And I think that, I know what football games can be like. I know that what 50,000 people can look like, I don't need 50,000 people. I just need like 4,000 of those crazy fans and students in the outfield to be here and really help our guys and support our guys and let them know that, the Night Nation is behind them.